Hello and welcome to BFS Wargaming. So today we are going to talk about Necrons and Psychic Awakening. So it's sort of just me wish listing because I play Necrons, I've got Necrons. What do I want to see for Necrons? Well, there's a few things I want to see. A lot of things I want to see, in fact. I want to see all of our close combat stuff just be better. You know, Lich Guard, whether you make them more durable, Triarch Praetorians, whether it's stratagems to make them more durable, whatever it is, they need to become better. I'd like to see flayed ones be made troop choices. That's not going to happen in Psychic Awakening unless there's a stratagem to make them a troop choice, or if there's a something like that, because I really feel like they basically are Necron warriors, but close combat versions, and they should be the same price. Because you have to get them into combat. You have to, and they've only got a 4-up save, same as warriors, but warriors have guns. On the subject of warriors, I want to see warriors become better. What I'd really like to see with Necron warriors is I'd like to see them have more fire output, because at the moment they just seem so meh. Like, oh, -1, everything ignores -1, like everything's got cover. They just need something. Gauss needs to be relevant again, because I feel like it's not. Monoliths, I'd like to see the monoliths. I don't know. They've got to do something with the monoliths. They're still, what, 300 points or whatever they are. They're just nowhere near durable enough. They're nowhere near durable enough for 300 points. So what else do I want to see for Necrons? I want to see, they're obviously, well, I'm assuming they're going to get like everyone else has got, and they're going to get dynasties, so customizable dynasties. I'd like to see some more stratagems to use with these instead of the ones obviously we've got, like the Saltec strat and the Mefrit strat. So some more stratagems, more warlord traits, more relics. I want to see a stratagem to get more warlord traits, a stratagem to get, I think we've got a stratagem to get more relics, but I need a stratagem for more warlord traits. I think this is huge in an army where you can't soup. I'm wondering if they're going to give us something along the lines of the Tyranids and the Tau with like experimental weapons, or the Tyranids have adapted physiologies. Is there going to be something along those lines? Maybe. I'd like to see the C'tan gods just become better in combat and just what they do on the board. Like, the powers are good, and you don't perils and stuff. I've got no real problems with the powers. We may see some more added powers in Psychic Awakening. That could definitely happen, but I'd really like to see C'tans just become better on the tabletop. They need more attacks. 4 attacks is nowhere near enough for a C'tan god. I know it's a shard of a god, but at least have a sweeping attack that's like, and then another 4 attacks or something, so you get 8 attacks. So yeah, they're a couple of the things. I'd like to see spiders become more relevant. I think they should have a deny built in. You shouldn't have to pay extra for it. It should just be you get a deny the witch with them. And maybe give them the character keyword, or like, not the character keyword, but for instance, familiars for an apostle cannot be targeted and they haven't got the character keyword. So I'd like to see something like that, because it's just so easy just to kill them or make them more durable. One of the two. Probably just make them more durable. So they can, because if they could sit behind a monolith and the monolith was a little bit more durable, because it's so easy to kill a monolith in one turn of shooting, it's just ridiculous. They need a 2-up save or something, and a 5-up invon, I think, probably. Or maybe a 3-up save and a 5-up invon. I think if you give it quantum shielding, it might be a bit over the top. But yeah, that's what I'd like to see. And if you give it a 5-up invon, then maybe the ability to get a 4-up if it's like a stratagem, like a rotate iron shields type thing. Just to try and keep it alive. Because at the moment they're just not worth taking, because they're just shot off the board instantly. So yeah, making monoliths more durable is right up there, because they're such cool models. Also, they need more movement. 6 inches is just terrible, especially as you can't really deep strike them in anymore with everything infiltrating. There's nowhere to put it on the board. You have to be 12 inches away. And then the whole thing is 6 inches wide. So you need 18 inches of space. You just don't get it, because you can't come in turn 1, you have to come in turn 2. That's another thing. Maybe they could make monoliths so they come in turn 1. Would make them more relevant. It would make them a lot better. Maybe that's something they could think of doing. So yeah, there's a few things like that. I'm just going on a rant here. I think Wraiths are good. Destroyers are very good because they've got the strat. Immortals are good, and they've been our saviour troop choice. Deathmarks need some love. To be honest, a lot of the elites need some love. The elites are struggling. Scarabs are great just for little screens and objective holding and all that type of thing. It's the elites that really need the love. The Lich Guard, the Deathmarks, the Praetorians. I'm hoping also for some new models for the Flayed ones, because they desperately need some models. That would be ideal. So now we move on to the big thing. There's so much talk about Cesarak, like the Silent King, lately. Is he going to get a model? Like Ghazghkull's just got a model. Ragnar's just got a model. Is he going to get a model? It's possible. I know there was a rumour I saw on Kyrios channel that Lumina Cesaras is going to get a new model. Now I'm wondering if Cesarak is very, very close. If someone got confused when they were telling Kyrios. Because, don't get me wrong, Cesares' model is Finecast, so if it did get a new one, it would make complete sense. I just felt like, lore on the Silent King, there's been a lot of talk about him. I think there was, it's him talking to the Dante and all those things. Like, I could just really see him getting a model and giving Necrons a big boost. I won't go too much into what I'd like to see with the rules of the Silent King, but I'd expect some very powerful rules. I'd expect extra CP. I'd expect, maybe full rerolls. Maybe a chance to reanimate a squad once it's actually died, with you're in a certain amount of inches from, like this is the sort of thing I'd be expecting from the Silent King, like some huge buffs, some Primarch level buffs. He is our Primarch, so that's what you'd expect. But I don't want to get my hopes up, and I don't want to get your hopes up, so it probably is just a Lumina Cesares. And what I'd like to see for a Lumina Cesares is, instead of rolling a D3 and picking and randomly choosing which one it is for the buff, which you can put on Warriors and Immortals, either roll 2d3, re-roll in duplicates and pick one, or just pick one. I think maybe picking one, you're just going to go toughness 5 probably most of the time anyway on like Warriors and Immortals to make them survivable. But I just think that it would just be so much better, because at the moment it's just like, it's nice, but, and he doesn't have the, I'd also like to be able to pay to get the Chronometron on him, so you can give him 5-up invuln and give himself a 5-up invuln, because with all the Eliminators and Snipers out there, he dies so easily. I know we have the reanimation strat, but then you can just shoot him again. Like, he's just so easy to kill. So yeah, there's some of the things I'd really, really like to see, because I think the Lumina Cesares could actually make Necron Warriors more takeable. Imagine if you've got 3 units of 20 Necron Warriors all at toughness 5, reanimating, Immortal Pride to, ignore morale. Suddenly, that's becoming quite a viable thing to take. Even though they don't do loads of damage, they're actually pretty hardy, and you can hold objectives, you can string them all out, and then suddenly people are finding them actually pretty hard to get rid of. Especially if they had a 5-up invuln on top of that. So, but this is what Necron Warrior should be. They should be hardy, and they should be, I'm not saying they should put out the most firepower ever, but you've either got to up their firepower or up their durability to make them worth taking. and it will be a good way to up their durability. And that way you can then, you know, string them out to objectives, board control, just this horde moving up, which is what they're meant to be, this big horde of metal droney warriors just, you know, slowly moving up the board. You shoot one and it comes back to life and then carries on moving up the board. It would just be so thematic and cool, but at the moment they just die. So yeah, and because of the 4-up save, you know, I don't mind them having a 4-up save if they have a T5 with the ability to have. Obviously, you've got the ability to have a 5-up invon on a Cryptek, but that means you've got to have a Cryptek and Cesares. You need an Overlord. You know, it's just then more stuff, more points you're having to pile into them, and then it becomes not worth it. So yeah, they are the things that I would like to see for Necrons. Let me know what you think. Also, if you want to check out someone also that loves Necrons, go and have a look at Idic Beer's channel. He is one of the channels I started watching when I first started collecting Necrons. There is no one, I don't think, on the internet or alive that loves Necrons more than Nick. So go and check out his channel and give him a like and a subscribe. He's seems like a really, really good guy. Does a lot in the community. And he'll tell you a lot about Necrons. So thank you very much. Stay lucky, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye.